Good morning. Here we are. We're ready to spin the wheel of the Dharma once more using pranayama as our main technique. So, thumb and index finger touching together. Then turn the hand so the right hand faces away from you, the left hand faces in, and move your third finger of the middle finger of the left hand to touch the index and thumb, you see, of the other. Dharma Chakra Mudra. So from here, we're going to continue in our combo breathing where I'm letting you roll with it for 3 minutes at a time while I'm making no comment in the background or some comment in the background, mostly about your posture usually and how you're going to do the best job of filling up. So this will give you more an opportunity to be with what you do when you're by yourself and don't have the teacher there as a reminder. Right? Make the leash longer and longer. Okay, self motivation. All right, so get your posture, tuck your chin, take a few deep breaths, and get ready to immerse yourself in this impenetrable wall of silence. And you know, the question that we're really asking behind everything we do is, who is the breather? Who is the one who is breathing? Which leads us to the ancient technique called Vichara Atman, who am I? So whatever comes up, keep rejecting. It's called neti, 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 not this, not that. You can reject everything, whatever you're left with, that's it. Then somebody else would say, well, you got to reject that too, right? So there's nothing left. All right, so a few exhales. So it's Analona, Pratiloma, Suryabedana, Chandrabethanum, but adding VIloma I. So exhale the breath. Raise the hand. Now inhale a bit. Wait. Inhale a bit. Wait. Inhale a bit. Wait. Inhale a bit. Wait. And narrowed nostril exhale. And now you're on your own. Take a restorative breath if you feel you need it, or if you're doing continuous cycles, that's fine. But at any point during the 3 minutes, you need to take an extra restorative breath or two, feel free to do that. And as you're opening or closing the nostrils, remember the delicate finger control of widening or narrowing as you need to, so the sound is smooth, streamlined. All right, now, Anuloma, as you remember, is longer exhale than inhale. And so even though you're sipping the breath in and taking intervals between each sip, the exhale has to be slow, smooth, refined, aerodynamic, and longer than the total inhale. Continue to check your posture, always remembering that the lift and width of the spine maintains during the exhale and during restorative breathing. Keep receding the eyes into the back and the base of the skull. The facial skin always at ease, so that the brain becomes a receptive witness. A passive observer. Yesterday I spoke about the Sakshin, S-A-K-S-H-I-N, the cosmic witness. Withdraw into that place where you're not identified as the doer, as the one who's making anything happen, but just the one who's observing, spectating. All the previous videos, even though I've been counting out the time, the whole idea is just to teach rhythm. And one of my teachers used to say, you cannot teach pranayama or standing balance poses on your rhythm. The student has to find the rhythm that works for themselves. So finish off the next round of interrupted inhale, VIloma I, and then smooth, slow, soft, quiet exhale through narrowed nostrils, and then do restorative breathing. And then after 1 or 2 restorative breaths without breaking stride, we begin into the next technique, which is Pratiloma. So when you're ready, you exhale your breath, restorative cycle to let your nervous system know, here we go. And now we begin again. Raise the hand, narrow both nostrils, and VIloma I. Inhale a bit. Wait. Inhale a bit. Wait. Inhale a bit. Wait. Inhale a bit. Wait. Open both nostrils and exhale. Take a restorative breath if you need it, otherwise continuous cycles. When you narrow the nostrils, if you feel like you're not getting enough breath, I can open them a little bit more, and then during that one little spurt of breath, narrow it right after that. So it's like an open, narrow, till I feel like I'm getting enough oxygen, and then can keep the breath narrowed on the inhale and then wide on the exhale. All right, and continue to proceed. According to Indian philosophy, also, we try to teach people how to make that Ujjayi sound, which has that aspirated quality in the back, like when you say the word ah, and you take it into the back of your throat. But if you listen to that sound, they say it also mimics the so-hum sound. I am Brahma. Hamsa, the swan, the great swan, the wild gander. They use that animal because it's free in the air. It can walk on the earth, and it can also swim. So it's a symbol of spirituality in the 3 realms. Anyway, listen to the sound of your breath. It's like a silent prayer. VIloma I, interrupted inhale with narrowed nostrils. Remember, the inhale is always longer than the exhale in Pratiloma. And the exhale through the open nostrils. If your pranayama gives you a sense of equanimity, one of the ways you'll notice it is that the yama satya, or speaking the truth. And of course, your words are from the thoughts and the intentions that you have behind the words. And so part of your commitment to truthful living is not to have malice towards any. Malice towards none, charity towards all. That is the sign of the yogi. Right? Do one more round where we're going to do narrowed nostril, interrupted inhale. And then open nostril exhale. And then relax the hand and do your restorative breathing. Now, just as proper practice can help you function optimally, maybe even make certain diseases or afflictions disappear, and develop a radiant state of well-being, where enlightenment and serenity is experienced, but also faulty practice can make you irritable, grouchy, and out of sorts. So make sure the shoulder blades go into the body, otherwise the breath goes wrong. Shoulders should be collapsed down and into the body. Move your sacrum back and down. All right, Surya Badana. Exhale the breath, raise the hand. Block left, open right. VIloma I, inhale. Pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause, block the right, open the left, exhale. Take a restorative breath if you need, otherwise go right on. Now, if you can narrow the nostril instead of opening the nostril, so much the better, because it'll slow it down, streamline it. But if you're not getting enough breath, you can always widen it quickly and then narrow it again. Do 3, 4, 5 maybe sips, and then block it. Exhale through the open left, and again, if you can narrow the left nostril, do it. But you pay attention to whether or not the velocity, the volume, the smoothness, the sound, if they're all working in harmony with one another, then do the narrowed nostrils. If not, practice the other way. All right, so Surya Bedana, piercing the sun channel, all of the qualities of solar energy, heat, light, energy, strength, steadfastness, perseverance, radiance, all from working right nostril inhale. Keep the lift in your chest. Keep the broadness in your chest. We say that the sternum, that breastplate, it is the window to vastness. If it's collapsed or shrunken, then you can't get the expansiveness that is possible. So widen not only the surface on the skin, but the inner bone of the sternum, right? Not the part of the sternum that faces front, but the part of the sternum, it's three-dimensional, that's in towards the inner organs. Widen that in the back as well. And continue. Now remember, the Anuloma and Pratiloma techniques are visamvriti. They're unequal. The proportion is in favor of either exhale or inhale. But in Surya Bedana and Chandra Badana, even though you're alternating the nostrils in which you're breathing, you can do samavriti. You want to make the same length, the same volume, the same breath, and keep it even. And as in all the techniques, no jerking. Just a gradual, slow flow and fill, and you match it on the exhale as well. Okay? Keep on going. Finish the round you're currently working on, which ends with the exhale through the left nostril, with or without a restorative breath, and do one more Surya Bedana with the interrupted inhale. I'm calling it VIloma I, but actually that means lying down supine, but that's where you learn the first technique of interrupted, and then VIloma III, VIloma IV is when you're sitting up, actually. But when I mean VIloma I, I mean interrupted inhale. And then after you finish the exhale through the left nostril, open or partially closed, relax your hand and wait there for a moment. Okay, and now we're going to do our final technique, which is Chandra Badana, using the interrupted inhale. Same thing as we just did, but now we switch left for right. So on your exhale, let go, raise the hand, block right, narrow the left, and breathe in a little bit. Wait, breathe in again. Wait, breathe in again. Wait, if you got any more, breathe in. Then block left, open right, exhale. Narrow if you can, wider if needed. And relax the hand, take a restorative breath or not, and go right on in a smooth flow. Now, when you're drawing in the breath, remember the top lungs are narrower than the bases of the lungs, and also the left side shares the heart. So in your zeal to fill your body, right, remember breathing into the top lungs takes the most effort of all, even if it's skillful, and you draw less volume because of the lack of size and space there. So take care as you do this, don't force, and always keep your neck and throat relaxed. Now, Chandra Badana is the moon channel, so all the attributes that we associate with the moon, calmness, coolness, softness, reflection, inwardness, secretiveness, equanimity, and the ability to change through stages, whereas the sun is steady and stays the same, the moon waxes and wanes. So this gives you the ability to flow through changes and maintain a certain inner peace. Okay. So here we go. Last minute of doing interrupted inhale through the left nostril, open or partially closed, and then smooth, soft, slow exhalation through the right nostril, open or partially closed, as you can do it. Right, finish off 1 or 2 more rounds at your own pace, don't rush. Finish off the round you're working on, and then do 1 more round of interrupted inhale through the left nostril and smooth, soft, slow, deep exhalation through the right nostril. When you finish that, drop the hand, take a few restorative breaths. And simply, keeping the eyes closed, slowly raise your head, slowly open your eyes. All right, so there we are. So I hope that your breathing helps you recover or continue to sustain the utter sense of wonder at being itself, even with all its problems. It's a kind of amazing thing that actually exists at all. So may you pass on whatever the qualities of the good, the true, and the beautiful that you have inherited, whether it's from your family, your culture, your ethnicity, your gender, your age group, your socioeconomic background, or the individuality that makes you unique as a cultural icon yourself. And may your compassion and joy dispel any barriers to being able to be friendly and benevolent, so that your presence itself lifts everybody up who's around you beyond any kind of suspicion or mistrust.